Hi everyone, it's Julie from Sprouts and Stems here. Hope you're all doing well today. Today's video is going to be an Aglaonema care guide, also known as Chinese Evergreen. And because of what you just saw, I'm probably just going to be calling it Chinese Evergreen in this video. But Aglaonema / Chinese Evergreen care guide. And this is a variety called the Silver Bay. So it's going to be featuring the Silver Bay, but most of their care is pretty similar. Please be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, please, and thank you very much if you already have. Any supplies that I mentioned today will be linked in the description as usual. And also, something I just recently launched, join my Patreon for more exclusive planty content, and that's in the description as well. So let's get into the Chinese Evergreen Care Guide. Chinese evergreens are native to parts of Asia, as you might be able to tell from their nickname, Chinese evergreens. They're the ultimate low maintenance plant. Like, this is one of the first houseplants I ever got and successfully took care of. Actually, so this one is my mom's, and she has a few others around the house too. She's a really big one, but this one was one that was most easily movable to here. So, but I have had aglaonemas before, and they are super, super easy to take care of. They're part of the aroid family. They have flowers that are like the spathe and spadix. I'm pretty sure it's spathe, not spath. Spathe and spadix, where it's like it has the little pointy thingy in the middle and then like the cup kind of around it. I definitely have an old picture of one somewhere, so note to Julie, remember to put that in here. And as I mentioned, this is the Silver Bay variety. It's an extremely common variety, and I feel like it's kind of easy for it to be overlooked and not really appreciated that much because it is so common. We kind of see it in, like, they're sometimes used as filler plants in offices and malls and stuff. So I think that kind of like has made them lose their specialness a little bit, but they definitely are beautiful plants all on their own. This one's got some crispy yellow tips going on, but for the most part, it's got some nice, gorgeous leaves. Part of the reason why they're so easy is because they can pretty much grow in, oh my God, I thought I saw a spider on the floor and I momentarily freaked out. Part of the reason why Chinese evergreens are so easy to care for is because they can pretty much grow in any light. They do really well in low light. They do really well under fluorescent lights, which is why they are often used, like I mentioned, in offices and places like that. I've grown them before in a kitchen, like an apartment kitchen that has like a big fluorescent lighting, and it's grown just fine in a situation like that. But even without artificial lighting, like, it can grow in low light. Basically any amount of light, just don't give it direct light or else the leaves might get a little bit crispy. Anything with like brighter colors or lots of variegation is going to need more light. So just keep that in mind with different varieties. As with any plant, you don't want to water on a set schedule. Watering will depend on the light level that you have this in. So as a general rule, these plants don't want to dry out completely. In fact, this one is looking a tiny bit droopy, but I just watered it, so tomorrow it should be a little bit more perky. But you want to water these when like the top 2 inches or so of the soil is dry. You know, you don't want to keep it like constantly saturated, but you don't want it to totally dry out. And that's going to depend on the light level you have it in. So something in low light, no more than once a week, maybe even once every 2 weeks. Something in bright light, probably more than once a week, you'll need to water it. So it's very important that you don't water on a set schedule. You just want to like actually feel the soil with your finger to see to assess the current moisture level. And speaking of soil / potting mix, all this needs is a well draining potting mix. Just go and buy a bag of general indoor plant potting mix from the store, and that's literally all you need. Does not need anything special. For humidity, since this does grow in jungles, I always go on tangents and I try to not do that, but most common houseplants are found in jungly, humid environments. So most houseplants, I'm not saying all, like obviously there's succulents and like other things and stuff, but a lot of houseplants are going to appreciate humidity because they're used to the jungle. It'll definitely appreciate it if you live in a humid area, if you have a humidifier, all that jazz. And for repotting, this plant being so low maintenance and easy and just an awesome all-around beginner plant, it grows really fast all on its own. Maybe if you have it in like a lower light level, it might not grow that fast, but it's still, I would not call this a slow grower at all. So you very well may be having to repot this every year. That doesn't mean you have to repot it strictly every year. Just pay attention to your plant's needs. It could need repotting every year. If it looks like it's outgrowing the pot, like sometimes you can just visually look at it and see that it needs more space. This one's pretty much fine. You can flip it over. Actually, I just watered it, so this might be a little. But you can look at the drainage holes at the bottom and see if there's roots starting to poke their way out. That means the roots are looking for a little bit more space. You can repot it in a pot that is one size up from the pot that it's currently in. And I believe last but not least is fertilizing, I think. Again, because this plant is so easy and such a fast grower, it doesn't need to be fertilized. I know some people still like to just give all their plants a little boost now and then, but you do want to be careful to not overdo it if a plant just doesn't really need it. You can use a just general balanced houseplant fertilizer once a month or so. Yeah, you really don't want to over fertilize your plants. It is a very easy way to hurt your plant, especially if it grows so well on its own and doesn't need it. So that's it for this Chinese evergreen care guide, Silver Bay in particular. I think I'll give you guys a little close up because you can't really see the leaves that well. And I know some of these leaves are kind of like, some of the bottom ones are looking a little, by the way, the bottom ones eventually will yellow and fall off eventually. So don't be freaked out if your plant's bottom leaves are looking a little bit yikes, because that's what the plant does, and they'll always grow more from the top. So I will bring you in to get a nice close shot of the pretty leaves. Okay, here is a much better shot. You can see the variegation and all the little colors, all the different colors that are in the leaves, even though from far away, if you were to walk through an office building and see one of these, it might not look that impressive. But if you actually take the time to look at the leaves, very beautiful and very, very pretty variegation. So this, like I said, was one of the first plants that I ever successfully took care of and like felt good about myself that I was doing so well with it. So I definitely recommend this if you're looking for just a low maintenance plant. Maybe you travel a lot and you don't have time to always be watering your plants. What is that? It's a speck of dust or something. So that's going to be it for today. Hope you enjoyed this care guide. Let me know what you think about this plant if you have one, or maybe you have another variety. I think I would love to get a pink one. in my next apartment where I'm moving to in a few weeks. I'm planning out maybe a few new plants. I think I would love to get a pink Chinese evergreen. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, everyone. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel and check out my Patreon for more. And have a great day. Bye.